As the WWE continues its international escapades across the world globally, we are going to be in Austria, the shadows of it, in Germany, as WWE brings us a bash in Berlin. Welcome to the discussion. Welcome to City Predicting once again. Hello, everybody, and welcome once again back to Simply Predicting. The good Lord, I lost track. Third one this week, and the last one until next week, where I go all out. Although I've gone all out this week. You know what this is. I am the simple man of the simple brand, forever grateful for all things wrestling. Shout out to AW fam. My name is Noah Foster. With me here are my friends in the Simply Predicting community. I have Christopher Rotz, who predicts in everything. Appreciate you as always. And right now I have Emmanuel. There may be another person that might drop in like a WWE surprise with a Death Rebel theme behind it, so stay tuned. And of course, your opinions matter too. There will be a forum for the WPLE League after this stream concludes for Bash Berlin. Stay tuned for more on that. I also want to give a quick plug tonight. We are going to focus on TNA Emergence across the simply reliable Cascading Studios trifecta of YouTube streaming. So please stay tuned more for that. If you haven't already and you're part of that league, get your predictions in. But now let's go ahead and get into Bash Berlin. Before we kick things off, let's go around the horn and see how everybody's doing. Chris, good to see you once again. I mean, literally, we're three work horsemen as we are two of the four horsemen of City Predicting. Shout out to Jeff Chadwick and Mark Griffith. But it's good to see you once again on a Friday afternoon. How you feeling about Bash of Berlin tomorrow?
Hey everybody. I'm looking forward to Bash in Berlin. There's only 5 matches. This is going to be the new norm moving forward with Triple H's regime in WWE as head of creative.
Oh, it seems.
And personally, I like the shorter match card instead of the longer match cards. It's going to be it's going to be a fun, it's going to be entertaining show. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. I feel like the card is kind of predictable, but the crowd is going to be into it tomorrow in Germany. Say yeah to NoDQ.com.
Yeah.
Good
I
luck
don't
to
know about
everybody
it.
that is competing in the WWE Prediction League, and I'm ready to go.
Let me just go ahead and say this real quick. Predictability in wrestling is not a bad thing. Damn it. And I don't digress. Emmanuel, one half, of course, the MVPs, great friends of the formerly known Multiverse of Mia, now just your YouTube shenanigans galore and so much more. We got one half of the Dominguez sisters with us here today. Emmanuel, good to see you once again. How you feel about Bash in Berlin come tomorrow?
It's going to be pretty interesting. I mean, with this international shows, like it's always like the crowd's going to be buzzing more louder than the United States. The United States had to pick it up and think about what they forgot. I mean, we got too used to wrestling and like every once in a while, and we're like, eh. But or there's
Accurate.
like
Well,
but yeah, I mean, like all the matches really deserve to be on this pay per view. 5 matches, that's good enough for me. I mean, it's gonna be long storytelling and see who comes up with it, and hopefully make new stars out of it.
yeah, and again, the fact that WWE has truly expanded its outreach globally when it comes to the perspective of engaging its WWE universe in its form of pro wrestling has really been a joy to behold this entire year across the international PLE. It's really more of a contest of which audience right now is the greatest. And the jury's still out there when it comes to backlash in France right now, if I'm being perfectly honest. Anyway, that being said, I'm also looking forward to this. Now, you all know, of course, I'm looking forward primarily to the main event more than anything else on this card because of what I believe in being sacred. I'll talk more about that later. But it's a fun, simple show. It gives me takeover vibes for the amount of card, and we got some good quantity and quality balance when it comes to what we're going to engage in early in the afternoon. So I think without further ado, and to those that are tuning in, thank you. Please subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Let's get right into it. So again, folks, WWE presents Bash in Berlin. Come tomorrow. It, of course, will be starting 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Peacock, and it will have, I believe, a 1-hour kickoff prior to that at noon. Of course, being international, the other thing is we literally get these things done so we can actually enjoy the rest of our day, which I'm never, ever sad about. We got 5 matches here. We got 3 championship matches. We got a grudge bout, and we also have a strap match. So again, folks, Stay tuned for the forum following this, but let your opinions be known as we talk about each match here in the chat. And thank you, Scarlett. First time I've ever seen you actually on City Predicting here in the chat. Hope to engage you quite thoroughly and hope you enjoy the conversation. Let's get into the discussion. Judgment Day has passed. It was SummerSlam, where we finally saw who was found guilty of their past sins and who finally seek revenge. And now we have the Terror Twins taking on Bootleg Judgment Day. It is Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan taking on Damian Priest and Mommy Rhea Ripley in mixed tag team action. And simply put, Liv Morgan has given Dom stuff and Rhea hasn't. 2 victories over his father, Rey Mysterio. Why Finn Balor believes that Damian Priest lost sight of what was important about the group versus the self. And now we have this new Judgment Day, and Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley ousted, seeking for revenge and seeking to end it. We know in the end game, it's going to be Damian Priest eventually getting his hands on Finn Balor. And you got to imagine Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan are going to run it back for that championship. It's a matter of when and how do we escalate that following this first time ever mixed tag team match. Of course, the men mixing up with the men, the women mixing up with the women, but I think these 4 have no problem trying to clock each other. And I'm hoping more for that, to be perfectly honest. Emmanuel, let's start with you. Are you going with the Terror Twins or Bootleg Judgment Day?
It might surprise you, but I'm going for not the Judgment Day.
Okay, good man.
Yeah, it's the Rhea and Damian Priest. They're gonna win this. Hopefully this will give more of a reason for Liv versus Rhea for the next pay-per-view in Bad Blood. I think that's the next pay-per-view, right?
Correct, as of right now.
And that's the reason why they had that match in that pay-per-view, and this gives it out for Damian Priest and Finn Balor to finally start that their feud without any more holdups, because they've been buzzsawing through the Bootleg Judgment Day. I mean, like, there's nothing much else to say about this match. I mean, like, they kid Dominic and Liv are kissing. People hate it. It's like people kiss. Like, what are you booing that for? You booing love? Why can't you be happy for 2 people? That's all I have to say.
I mean, again, for those that know behind kayfabe, I think we all know the actual situation when it comes to these 4 individuals, considering one's married to somebody in All Elite Wrestling. But I believe in Joe Hendry far more than I believe in this unique.
Name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Why did I say his name? But I get what you're saying. So, all right then. And I like the fact that the chat right now is very partisan. We got 1 for Bootleg Judgment Day, 1 for Terror Twins. He's going for Terror Twins. I am going for the Terror Twins as well, stronger than the Wonder Twins. Chris, where do you stand? Is the panel unanimous, or are you with Daniel in this case? And Dom and Morgan getting the win, considering right now who we've seen has had the momentum ahead of this. I mean, at this point, it's kind of 50-50, but we did see what happened on Raw.
Well, I have a strong feeling they're going to open the show up with the mixed tag team match. I just have a gut feeling this is going to be the opener. It would give the crowd, get them really into it with this mixed tag match. I'm also going for the Terror Twins here. Yeah, I'm liking the Liv Dom situation. They're kissing, and personally, it's good for entertainment, and we're just seeing a preview on what is going to be happening when WWE goes to Netflix in January. So they're preparing us on what is going to most likely, what you're going to be seeing, what you're not going to be seeing. Terror Twins is going to win. I'm going to tell you, Rhea Ripley is going to pin Liv Morgan. I feel Liv Morgan is taking the fall here. And we're going to get Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship, probably at Bad Blood on Saturday, October 5th from Atlanta, Georgia. And I would have been surprised if we see those 2 inside Hell in a Cell. I would love for them to go inside Hell in the Cell with those two. Damian Priest, he's going to be going into a feud with Finn Balor, so they could start that rivalry up. For Dom, he's going to be in the Intercontinental Championship triple threat match on Monday Night Raw with Dragon Lee and Ilya Dragunov on Monday. So that's going to be a banger of a match. So yeah, so Terra Trance is going to win, and we're going to see Liv and Rhea again at Bad Blood, and we're going to see Finn Balor and Damian Priest feud beginning.
I think that's fair. And honestly, at this point, if there's going to be a women's Hell in the Cell with as much bad blood as possible, it's got to be Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, considering now the record stands at 1-1 officially. And I do think at this point, there's nobody else right now that even could put towards the storyline to challenge for this championship. But I think Rhea Ripley's going to pin Dom here just to add insult to injury. And so Mommy puts her disrespectful brat in his place. But yeah, Terra Twins all the way. But interesting ideas. And as far as the Wyatt Six dynamic, it's an interesting thought, Scarlett, considering they're being the reckoning and talking about people that turn against their family. But we just saw Uncle Howdy put Chad Gable down. Are they done with American Men, considering Nikki Cross, Sister Abigail is probably going to collide with Ivy Nile? I don't think so. I think it escalates into six-man chaos. But I like that idea of the Wyatt Six targeting the Terra Twins just because. Because again, did they disrespect their family? Did they disrespect Judgment Day? The jury is out. Before I move on, I do see you have your finger up. I acknowledge. What's up, Chris?
Before we go on to the next match, can you guys see the rest of Judgment Day getting involved in this match?
Absolutely. You kidding me? That's not even a question. The only other person I can see getting involved, because, hey, he might have her digits, is Jey Uso. And Jey Uso, of course, is also prime target involved, of course, in this Intercontinental Championship tournament. Personally, I think it's going to be Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker. That's the match I want to see. But that's a whole different conversation. But yes, I absolutely do expect that to happen. And I still expect the Terra Twins to win. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on from there. Chris, you're going to kick things off here. Let's go ahead and change the culture and see what happens with these two. It is CM Punk and Drew McIntyre 2 in a strap match. And in this strap match, you actually have to touch all 4 corners consecutively to win. Okay, so simply put, these two have been at each other's throats at the beginning of the year, and we saw really come ahead at SummerSlam when Drew McIntyre felt he was resolved and exiled from this madness when he beat CM Punk and Seth Rollins count of the 3. But CM Punk, once again, has made it even more personal and has really attacked Drew McIntyre with a strap, saying that he's going to get his pound of flesh. Well, now he has a tool to help him do that. Why Drew McIntyre still, of course, has that bracelet on his wrist that has CM Punk's wife and dog on it. At the end of the day, this doesn't end till Drew McIntyre is no longer wearing that, whether he destroys it or CM Punk claims it. So here we are in what could be the second of a trilogy waiting to be concluded. So Chris, where do you stand when it comes to this strap match?
Well, this strap match, you have to touch all 4 corners. That is... I wouldn't go for like all the 4 corner stuff. They could have done something different than the 4 corners. But hey, win or lose is not going to hurt like the other person, like in defeat. There's no pinfalls, then there's no submissions. So it's not going to really hurt the other person that much. But with the second match, what we saw the first match at SummerSlam in Cleveland, that was a good match. They're going to go to step number 2 with this and put it like up a notch on our night. With this strap match, I got CM Punk winning this strap match, and we're going to see with Drew gain the win at SummerSlam, CM Punk gain the win at Bash in Berlin. And hey, when we get to Bad Blood, this is where the rivalry is going to end. And it's going to end in Hell in the Cell. And I'm going to tell you guys this. I feel that is going to probably be the main event of Bad Blood. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell. So I got CM Punk winning. I hope CM Punk gets his bracelet back. And hey, CM Punk, he's the man of Taylor Swift with all the bracelets. Taylor Swift, she has all the bracelets for the girls out there and all the Swifties. CM Punk is the man of Taylor Swift. So I got CM Punk winning, and we're going to see these two again at Bad Blood.
I almost want to chastise you for bringing Taylor Swift up in this, but I'm going to hold my decorum and leave that alone. Okay, and to Daniel's point, Emmanuel, CM Punk was a strap match. I wish it could have been a dog collar match with how violent, how visceral this has gotten, but this is WWE. I honestly think that would be more poetic and more fitting, considering that's more CM Punk's specialty. But hey, who's to say you can't make a man bleed from the back of the forehead with a leather strap? Just saying. Because again, that's not so much to keep them only restrained. That is also an allowed weapon. So, Emmanuel, I actually do agree with Chris in this case. I do think CM Punk ties it up and we go one-on-one before we go to what could be the finale at Bad Blood, yet to be made official by Adam Pearce. Where do you stand in this?
Yeah, basically it's going to be unanimous. I mean, like, CM Punk is going to win this match. Fortunately, like, he's going to have one, like, the bracelet that he had, but that pesky Drew McIntyre just steals the bracelet again. That's the reason why the House in the South, finally, CM Punk will keep it safe and secure for the future. But other than that, I mean, it's an interesting concept. The strap match, like Chris said, like it protects, the person losing. But I could see one of a rare finishes that I remember back in the day, with the strap matches with the four corners, when I could see Drew McIntyre thinks he got this pretty much wrapped up. He touches corner, then CM Punk unconsciously touches that corner.
Yeah. Trying to hang him like a reverse noose while CM Punk somehow finds a way to touch the last corner before Drew does and escapes with the win.
Yes, exactly. That's my thoughts. How the match might finish, but yeah, it's gonna be. It's kind of predictable. We're respecting the Hell in a Cell and Bad Blood.
Yeah.
That's the reason why it's called that, because we haven't seen it since it's an incarnation of the Hell in a Cell. We haven't revisited that in that pay-per-view, so it's pretty crystal clear where this storyline's going. So, CM Punk for the win.
Yeah, I mean, the only way this gets even more personal to even try and further push the Hell in a Cell agenda is if Drew McIntyre decides to no longer wear the family, but destroy his family in front of him and destroys that blaze, considering how much CM Punk considers it of sentimental value, despite the fact it's probably even worth less than a fidget spinner at your local convenience store. But yeah, it's got to be as simple as that. It's got to be CM Punk, because if Drew goes 2-0, then honestly, I mean, what does CM Punk have left? He can't go after Seth. Seth's injured. So yeah, CM Punk for the win. Okay, well, let's go ahead and move into our first championship match. And with all due respect, this probably is the cooldown that will be between the World Championship matches, but I'm going to put them in the middle because it's the only women's match on this card. Go figure. It is the Unholy Union, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, defending the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships against Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Of course, the former champions that weren't even involved in the decision back at Clash of the Cash, though, where the Unholy Union won against Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler included. Sorry, Big G. I know I'm pissed off like you. But the added caveat that we have to figure out here is the fact we know each side has a third. Blair Davenport, of course, is now with the tag champions, while Naomi is once again back with this great, union. It's one of those things where we know the Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair are great as a threesome. They proved it at WrestleMania against Damage Control. But here you got Blair Davenport, who's trying to find her way on SmackDown, and now she's alongside the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, and what could escalate into a 6-woman tag fallout. But seriously, at this point, if these titles are going to hold any more value, you got to prove the champion's worth versus the championships. And personally, I think Isla Dawn and Alba Fire deserve their just due. I say the champs retain, and a win for Primate Blair Davenport is the reason why to escalate this further. Champions retain, it's as simple as that, but it should be a good match regardless. Keep it simple. I just wish there was more women's tag teams in WWE that made these titles even more, important to go after, considering usually all you get on Raw is one women's match and it's involving these titles. Just saying. But yeah, I definitely have the chance retaining. No, Daniel. That's a bad Daniel. That being said, Emmanuel, where do you stand in this?
I mean, as much as, like at Daniel's point, like Jade and, Bianca, they really don't need this tag team titles that desperately. I mean, like right now, like it's being hot potato the tag teams. Like I want Isla Dawn and Holy Union to keep these titles. Like they need to start, making these titles valuable and feel important, because I start to get the hang of them, and I start to enjoying the tag team of the Unholy Union with Blair Davenport. Like it's been an intriguing storyline, but for me, it's for the baby faces for Bianca and Jade. I'm not feeling Jade baby face run. I feel like she's gonna might turn on Bianca, like eventually. Yeah. I'm not sure when per se, but Jay needs desperately a heel turn, in my opinion.
I agree.
Because it feels that she's losing momentum. She's not, really catching on as a baby face. So it's time for a change, and Jade is gonna deny the request of Bianca Belair, but Jade to later on later date, because that's how heels do. Not like I'm not gonna take your challenge. But it is what it is. Like I'm not sure when it's going to happen, but Jade needs to turn heel.
Well, you definitely can escalate that with the chance retaining, because so far it's 2 for the chance retaining. And of course, Chris, we've already seen Isla Dawn with Fire successfully retain these titles on Raw, on NXT, and I think they also have defended them on SmackDown. So the only thing left to really push their value as champions is defend them successfully on PLE. This could be the team that could help women's tag team wrestling matter again in the industry, especially with this TNA crossover, if you know what I mean. But that being said, Chris, where do you stand? Is it once again, simply put, unanimous, or are you with Daniel in this case in the chat?
Well, all this week, I just been torn on this whole entire match, because it's like what I see is we know Unholy Union, they're going to have Blair Davenport. Blair Davenport is going to be there by their side. Naomi's going to be with Bianca and Jade.
And Naomi's already lost to Blair in one-on-one action. Keep that in mind.
And I just have a gut feeling Bianca and not Bianca. I botched that. Naomi and Blair Davenport is going to possibly fight outside of the ring. And I just have a gut feeling Naomi might accidentally cost Bianca and Jade the women's tag team championship match here tomorrow. And then they could start, maybe Jade accidentally hits Naomi accidentally, and they could apologize afterwards, and they could tease it a little bit that Jade Cargill is going to turn heel eventually, because eventually down the road, we're going to see Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill down the road. And I would love to see that match happen at a WrestleMania. It needs to happen at WrestleMania. But we all have to understand here. they've been putting Bianca and Jade in these lame tag team matches. And with Jade Cargill, they haven't been really developing her character as a tag team instead of being at a singles run. That's why they need to just have them split apart from each other, and Triple H could develop Jade Cargill's character as a singles run, get her started as a singles run instead of these lame tag team matches, because Bianca and Jade, they're not a long-term tag team. So that's why I feel it's going to happen. I got Unholy Union retaining the tag team champions here tomorrow night at Bash in Berlin.
Good lad. All right, so that is another simply unanimous. But again, the context of the after effect and what can happen. I think that's what keeps people drawn in to WWE on these international PAs at this point, besides the reception, the loudness, and the overall reactions of the international audiences, and also the length of the show. It's probably going to be 2.5 hours with enough advertisements and superstar showcases in between. God, that freaking sucks. All right. Well, that was simply put. Good job. Now let's go ahead into what could be, what's going to be. Aaron Rip, you madman, putting in a pointless bonus point. How dare you say anything is not the main event outside Gunther? Just saying. Let's go ahead and talk about the WWE Undisputed Championship, shall we? It is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, defending the gold against Kevin Owens, the prize fighter. And simply put, this is a match given to the challenger out of respect because Cody wanted to face him. After this continued war with Bootleg Bloodline and Cody Rhodes finishing his story at WrestleMania, and the fact that Kevin Owens believed his entire locker room worthy more than Roman Reigns to challenge Cody Rhodes for this championship, but Nick Aldis gave this idea of run back Cody versus Roman. Kevin Owens like, no, fuck that. And we've seen Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens stand at each other's side pretty much this whole entire time, even despite the Grayson Waller effect trying to get involved here. We're more likely Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, they're about to go their separate ways. And honestly, I won't blame them one bit. But the thing here is Kevin Owens, he is that guy that can you trust him when it comes to the prize on the line? He's a prize fighter. And every time he wanted a prize, he always stabbed his friend in the back and did what he needed to get it. Kevin Owens is nobody to take lightly. And I think Cody Rhodes realizes that. And he's worth being called champion. Last time Kevin Owens held a freaking WWE championship was, good God almighty, I think it was literally during the draft back in 2016 when it was the Universal Champion. Put that in perspective. That's crazy. So, simply put, the result may be obvious, but I think this is going to be a great wrestling match. And I am curious if it's a dynamic with Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, possibly. You talk about character development. Is Kevin Owens working as a babyface against this war with Bootleg Bloodline, which finally might segue within only an internal family feud? Good for Kevin Owens to continue moving forward like that. Or maybe he takes time off after this. Who knows? Maybe Kevin Owens is due for a reset. And Cody is the face of WWE right now. There's no denying that. He's proved why he is from undesirable to undeniable to undisputed. So, simply put, I'm going to kick fans off and say that Cody's winning. But this should be a very good match, and I'm curious if someone's going to come out to confront him afterwards, Summerfall program. Maybe a Viper. We're still waiting to see the fallout from Legacy. Just saying. And again, what bad blood do you have against Cody in WWE? Nobody. That being said, Emmanuel, let's go ahead and turn to you on this one. What's your thoughts on this Undisputed WWE Championship match? And do you think Kevin Owens has a chance in hell of taking this championship?
No. Simply put, no. I mean, like,
no.
Yeah.
Until the special, no.
Yeah, just no. Yeah, it's Cody. He's got to retain this match, but I got to entertain the thought of KO because I think we're all going to be unanimous again. So I got to entertain and talk about the possibility of KO winning.
Right.
Like, hopefully, hopefully, I hope it doesn't happen. But can you imagine Triple H, Pellegrini,
how dare you?
Just like that's how he won the first Undisputed Championship with KO.
I get that, but it was a different era ran by. Not doing it here. Continue.
But it's like what if, I mean, like if that happens, like what if Triple H is still mad of a certain Cody Rhodes in AEW destroying his precious throne?
For those that are wondering, Emmanuel is sober, by the way, and I'm still 99.7% straight edge. Even I'm not going to buy into this, but continue. Budget. Why not? Entertain people.
I'd try to shoot. No, I don't drink. So
good man.
So this is just me talking nonsense right now.
Jerry Slaughter booking.
Yeah.
Don't follow the new normal, folks.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, General. Continue.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, like KO needs to be heel. I mean, like he needs, like, the baby face run has to run its course, sadly, because he's no longer with Sammy, and like he's on his own. And like what else is he supposed to do as a babyface? He has basically done it all. Like the you mean the bloodline, like you can't push him back to that. Like it's kind of dead to the water. I mean, what else can you do with the poor guy? So you have to turn him heel. And somehow, some way, he finds a way to cheat, low blow Cody, maybe does something to KO Cody. I mean, like, because Cody's run is kind of also run his course. I get it's going to be Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes in WrestleMania 41 and Las Vegas, which is going to be an amazing match. I can't wait for that as in the audience live. But to be honest, like, Cody's run has been boring because like it's been sabotaged with either A, with the Bloodline storyline, or B, with the Judgment Day bootleg storyline. So like it feels the Cody's run feels like third story to the fellow type of.
I'll leave this up here just so people are wondering.
So that's all I can say. Like, as much as I want to for KO to win the title again, but I don't see it.
Fair put. All right. Well, I appreciate the exported booking, but Chris, you and I witnessed SummerSlam live when the old TC, and we acknowledged his return to rival, confronted the man that still wears, of course, that tradition, that honor of head of the table. And of course, we know that fallout's going to surpass by Bland Pride Gold as far as these War Games. And that being said, we haven't seen Sami Zayn since he lost the Intercontinental Championship. And Kevin Owens, maybe he actually takes some time off and you reset both Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. But personally, for me, I've always preferred Kevin Owens to be, even just because of his theme, a badass heel, breaking everybody inside to get what he wants, and that is the richest prize. When he freaking powerbombed and sent Ezekiel to the hospital, I was like, yes, you finally are back. And then we got stuck into Bloodline Civil War nonsense for about a year and a half. And I feel like at this point, he finally finished that story. So where does Kevin Owens go from here? Is he humble in defeat? It's just one of those things right now where Kevin Owens has no direction, but we do know what the result's going to be. So, Chris, go ahead and elaborate a little bit on what you think is ahead following this, considering Cody's winning.
Well, it's got to be Cody.
Yeah, it's got to be Cody. I'm about to say, I would have done that with Memphis here, but thank you. It's going to be Cody. I don't have Cody today. Sorry.
I got Cody Rhodes retaining, and personally, babyface Kevin Owens is not working for me. It is not working for me at all. Yeah, Kevin Owens is good. He's good on the mic. He's good as a wrestler, but he needs to go back and being the real prize fighter, going to be a heel again. And I'm going to tell you, yeah, I've been noticing Kevin Owens is going to kind of hesitate on going for that pop-up power bomb outside of the ring.
On the apron, like he did to Sami Zayn. I see what you're doing.
On the apron, I just feel he's going to be hesitant, and that is going to cost him in defeat. And personally, what I saw last Friday on SmackDown in the video package, what A-Town Down Under did, Kevin Owens betrayed Sami Zayn not once but twice. Then he betrayed Chris Jericho. I am shocked that they showed Chris Jericho on a WWE TV.
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Hi
And
JJ. Continue. I did that on purpose.
High loading screen. Oh,
There we go. Hey.
Hey JJ.
Say his name and he appears. Yeah.
But
I'm gonna give it to
Let
you.
me-
Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
let me continue what I gotta say. So yeah, Cody's
ahead,
gonna retain here. Kevin's gonna go back being a heel, and I just feel like this is similar to what we saw with Cody and AJ Styles at Backlash in France. Cody and AJ, they were buddies, and then at Clash of the Castle for their build, AJ went into that heel dynamic, and it's gonna be the same thing. Kevin's gonna turn heel, and we're gonna see this rematch with Cody and Kevin Owens at Bad Blood. And I know what Emmanuel said about the Cody Randy Orton feud for the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania. I don't see it happening at WrestleMania. Because I do feel in a way Cody and Randy Orton, they're gonna have their feud down the road. It could be for the championship. It could happen after Bad Blood, maybe Crown Jewel or something like that on November 2nd. But I do feel Cody Rhodes is going to keep that undisputed WWE Championship all the way to WrestleMania, and at WrestleMania, the American Nightmare is going to meet the final boss in WWE, The Rock, at WrestleMania for the undisputed WWE Championship, and that's possibly might be a WrestleMania Sunday main event. Cody Rhodes and The Rock. So for right now, Bash in Berlin, Cody's retaining.
I love how Christopher Ross puts his predictions into fantasy booking, similar to how, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome as always the Renegade Wrestling, JJ Williams. Always a pleasure to have him here. Of course, CEO of Cascade Studios, and the leader and moderator and the proprietor that deals with the saddest shenanigans of the entire family. Except I, because I'm the most quiet. JJ, as always, like we do, good to see you. How you feel about Bash Berlin? And please feel free to give your quick picks towards the previous matches outside Goober's Randy Orton as we are here at our semi-main event.
I am doing well. As always, it's good to be seen. You'd have to run through what all's on the card because my mind has been so many other places this week that aside from Cody and KO, the only thing I remember is the women's tag titles are actually on the pay-per-view and being defended.
Right?
You know, in a match that I am incredibly torn over because the Unholy Union, granted, they were NXT UK first, but they were my NXT as well.
Damn it.
And then I've been a huge supporter of Bianca. We know how I feel about Jade. I'm just going to be an emotional wreck during that match. But
that's fair.
as far as the match you guys are talking about, and then we can always run it back later.
Yep.
I definitely see Cody retaining. I don't know about Cody versus the final boss at Mania. We still got to see what Rock's schedule is like come that time. You've also got to factor in the fact that it's going to be Cena's final year. Are they going to give him the Rumble victory to give us Cody versus Cena at Mania? Are we going to run back Cody versus Roman 3? You know, there's a lot of things that can be factored in. The final boss, we're still waiting for Roman Rock.
Exactly.
I think that would be Mania over Cody Rock. But I digress. But Cody's walking out of here with the title.
Yeah, there's no denying the American Nightmare will remain with the Undisputed W Championship. That being said, before we get into what I usually do whenever this gentleman's on my screen, case in point, JJ, let's go ahead and rattle up your quick picks here. You got the Terror Twins versus Bootleg Judgment Day. Who gets the better in this mixed tag exchange?
Considering the belt's not on the line, I'm giving it to the Terror Twins.
We are unanimous. In a strap match to see if CM Punk can get his pound of flesh quite literally with Drew McIntyre, who do you think touches the four corners first?
Drew got the last one. Punk's got to get this one to force the rubber match at Bad Blood.
And once again, we're unanimous, and we're also thinking booking. And now, your worst nightmare. You gotta pick, bruv.
I was thinking about this as I was driving over to the school to pick the kids up. That's where I am right now. I'm waiting for the kids to get out of school in 30 minutes. What was said amongst the group as far as Blair Davenport possibly being ringside?
Davenport and Naomi having a Donnybrook on the outside of the ring that could cause a distraction that allows the champions to retain, mostly.
As sad as it is to say, as much as I want Bianca and Jade to win, I do think the champs are going to retain. I think the champs are going to retain because Naomi turns heel.
Oh, we didn't go that far, but I like that.
Think about it for a second. Naomi was involved with the Big Three at WrestleMania, and up until recently has been largely forgotten. It's been all about Bianca and Jade.
Yep.
I think that might be, and pretty much ever since Trin returned as Naomi, she's been on a losing streak. I think she's had enough. I think she may turn heel on them, not necessarily align with the Unholy Union because they don't need her, but just to force a program going down the road here, heading into Bad Blood. You can have Naomi versus Jade. You can have Naomi versus Bianca. You can run quite a few things. You can set up for Survivor Series down the road, having Naomi on the Unholy Union side of things, while Bianca and Jade have to look for people to align with them. You could potentially have like the Unholy Union trio, Naomi and Liv versus Bianca, Jade, Rhea, and insert two other people.
Well, that definitely puts brand supremacy to the side and literally turns Survivor Series into War Games come to life. I like that, though. That's kind of an interesting idea, honestly. The women that feel like they're the ones that need to be the head honchos, the ones you talk about, you show the most respect to, versus the ones that have basically laid the groundwork and have been the EST, brought the brutality, been the faces, the focal points, and the more popular and favorite among the fans. I like that a lot. And we've been talking about the fact that Naomi's lost now to Tiffany Stratton. She's lost most recently to Blair Davenport. So it just feels like Naomi to me is the crutch that could literally make this all fall apart when it comes to the champions losing. And I might add, like I was talking about the prestige and the importance of these tag titles and the Unholy Union. They've won on Raw. They won on SmackDown. They won on NXT. The only thing left to do to really define them as the team to lead women's tag wrestling forward is to win on PLE.
Yep.
Case in point. Well, that's JJ. I love that extra take, by the way. But all right, guys, we had a lot of fun. We had a nice fantasy booking for what is going to be the semi-main. Aaron, you're crazy. But that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's go ahead and talk about, and he will be leading off once I do my thing, our main event, because ladies and gentlemen, I demand all your gratitude for your world heavyweight champion, the Ring General, Gunther, who is going one-on-one for the second time ever with the Piper, Randy Orton. Are we looking at a modern-day Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Ric Flair. Do we keep the WWE sacred, or does Randy Orton, as Scott said earlier, become a 15-time world champion? This is the number one reason over 9,000 that I cannot effing wait for this show tomorrow, and arguably my match this weekend. JJ, you're on the docket. We thought we were going to get Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes, where it would be Legacy versus this new dynasty, but boy, did they change phases, and it still makes sense in context seeing what happened at King and Queen of the Ring. The shoulders weren't clearly down. Now, whether that was planned or whether or not this was just one of those unique ideas that just came to booking promise is a whole different conversation. But the bottom line, we are in not necessarily Austria, but we are in Germany, which is the home territory of the Ding General Gunther. And this is Gunther's greatest stage and test to date in his incredible career. The five-star Ding General put down the 14-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion in convincing fashion and cement why he deserves to be called WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
The short answer is yes. I mean, out of every match I have seen the Ring General compete in, there has never, ever been a doubt about his victory.
Yep.
Except for one match. Randy Orton, King of the Ring.
Yep.
This match is being done to erase that asterisk and prove why Gunther is the future, while also being a heavy throwback to the past of the WWE and professional wrestling in general. Damn it.
Well said. And Daniel also agrees. And you know damn right I'm going to agree. Ring comp for life. And this right here shouldn't even be a question. He better be. I'm going to boycott WWE. And you can break that to the grave. That being said, let's go to Chris next. Chris, your thoughts on this match. Again, Gunther's first test as World Heavyweight Champion and his second encounter with the Viper. Why Randy Orton says, I am going to RKO you out of nowhere, and you're going to see it. But it doesn't take only one RKO to put down the Ring General.
Well, this is the match I'm looking forward to tomorrow with Gunther, Randy Orton, the sequel. We saw the pilot at King and Queen of the Ring. Now, this is the sequel between Gunther and Randy Orton, part 2. I just have a gut feeling we are going to see an RKO out of nowhere, and I would be shocked. Gunther is going to kick out that RKO, and that crowd is going to go absolutely nuts when that happened. But we got to understand Randy Orton has the RKO, but he also has the punt kick that we haven't seen in a very long time. Does Randy use that punt kick if necessary? I don't know. But as far as this match goes, it's going to be a banger match tomorrow. I got the Ring General Gunther retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. And I know some people out there, like in the internet or social media, is like kind of afraid if Gunther is going to keep the world champion for 666 days. I don't think Gunther is going to be world champion for that long. I see Gunther keeping that world championship up until WrestleMania. And the perfect guy that is going to most likely dethrone Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. I'm putting this out here right now. I'm making a bold prediction. This is my fantasy bold prediction.
Don't say it.
WrestleMania, John Cena gets his 17th world champion and dethrones Gunther
I knew it was
for the
going there.
World Heavyweight Championship. And hey, that's going to be easy. Cena versus Cody, no, but Cena and Gunther, it will work. And Cena is the perfect guy to dethrone Gunther. Cena gets his 17th world champion. Cena can have a long reign with that until he is retired from WWE. So I got Gunther retaining here at Bash in Berlin. And then WrestleMania, he could drop that title to John Cena to get him his 17th world championship reign.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm gonna speak real quickly, Noah, before you throw it to Emmanuel. I know Emmanuel's got a lot to say about what Chris just said because he loves John Cena.
I'm about to say,
Chris, if your fantasy booking comes to fruition, I will never fucking watch WWE again.
oh my gosh. Okay, well then,
I will elaborate more, but I'm gonna let this man who hasn't spoken yet speak.
yeah, and before we really talk about what we want, got to give the people what they want. Ding. That being said, Emmanuel, your thoughts on this match, Randy Orton and Gunther. Go ahead and tell your take. Good Lord, Chris.
Yeah, just Gunther for the win. I'm not to explain more than that, but Chris, please know, because we've been building WWE, the future. John Cena burying Gunther will be the most horrible idea Triple H will ever have. Because I'm a Cena here, face to face. I always been Cena here, always been even doing the rapping face. I was always a Cena here, so I never found the appeal to him. The only way I could see Cena chasing that 17th title at WrestleMania if somehow, some way, Randy Orton does win it. That give Cena versus Orton at WrestleMania, a pay-per-view match they never had at WrestleMania. It'll be Cena versus Orton. Orton trying to prevent Cena to get that 17th title. And other than that, I don't see it. Cena wants to push the future. That's why he begged. This is his final run. He wants to face new blood. He doesn't want to bury them. He wants to make names out of them because that's the man John Cena is. That's one thing I can't respect out Cena. He's a company man. Yeah, he's a company man. He does what's best for business, and that's all I can do. Can say about John Cena and in the future. But Gunther needs to win this. Have a long reign, and I'm not sure who. A lot of people say Ilya Dragunov as the winner, but Ilya needs to start winning to even become relevant in this discussion. Because right now, main roster Ilya is not working. He's been losing a lot.
Yep.
I thought he would be protected more, but no, he's been getting squashed by Braun Breaker. And which is mind blowing. It's like where are we going with this, Triple H? I don't understand your booking of Ilya Dragunov. To be honest, like if it was Randy Orton, the Viper, the Legend Killer, then I could see a possibility of Randy Orton. But this is Randy Orton. He's chilling. He's a fan favorite. Nobody's gonna boo him at this stage of the game. So he's gonna be babyface for the rest of its career, unless there's a reason for it. But other than that, like I think Cody versus Orton, that's the only other reason Orton might turn heel. But
Time will tell about that.
Yeah.
But you definitely got Gunther winning here. Why Chris fried your brain on the Cena thing. And I mean, again, you got to consider what Triple H does. He slow burns. He doesn't feed things straight into the fire. And if you're going to demonstrate what the Dragon truly is, you got to show people when he's at his most vulnerable where he becomes Umba Singh Bar. He showed that initially against Braun Breaker, then Braun broke him. Now, how does either bounce back from here? We have to wait and see. Same thing with Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria was soaring high until Nia sat on her and nearly crushed her in life. And right now, she's partying with the KC squared. But again, I think there's something else that can develop there. I will say, again, when it comes to booking in wrestling long term, I think I trust in Triple H more than anybody else because he actually does try to have a plan in the end. DPS sends him 5 different ways outside Albuquerque, outside California. But I think that Gunther and Dragunov is the program people want to see. It's a matter of how you get there and when you do it because it is special. And I know WrestleMania 41, people are already putting it out there. Is that too soon? Maybe. We'll have to see what happens during Rumble season. But let's not try and fast people got the rest of 2024 because nobody's changing with CW, with Netflix, and SmackDown USA. Let's just get through tomorrow and simply put and say Gunther beats the Viper and further cements himself in his wrestling legacy. Just saying. That being said, I mean, again, Randy Orton is that guy, though, that is as traditional as it gets in this era of WWE, which is good for a balance against Gunther, who, like Day said, perfect foot, by the way, my friend, he's throwback. Gunther is a throwback to traditional roots of wrestling, and it has carried him his entire career. And honestly, the best showcase he's had in WWE ever, thanks to Triple H. But at this point, we are here for Gunther to get what he just deserves in front of his wife and his family, in front of his country. And that is the ultimate entrance and the ultimate victory, starting his reign as World Heavyweight Champion. Gunther retains. And just like Walter said, so that's time to be booked better, and he can't win the Rumble against Gunther. All right, well, I think that was pretty short, sweet, and simple. Before we yes, Emmanuel?
How about to tell Chris, like, one quick note? Are you saying that Austin Theory can beat Gunther in a match? Austin Theory, who beat John Cena on a WrestleMania 39. Are you saying face to face that Austin Theory can beat Gunther on a match? Yes or no?
Austin Theory and Gunther? No! Gunther is beating Austin Theory and smashing him.
I saw JJ just turn his head because I know how much support Theory. So JJ,
okay. But I think what Emmanuel is trying to insinuate is you have John Cena beating Gunther, but Theory beats Cena. So in theory, Theory can beat Gunther as well because Cena beat Gunther.
Yep.
That's what Emmanuel is basically trying to insinuate.
I think we broke
because Theory beats Cena and you want Cena to beat Gunther, Theory can beat Gunther.
Well, when was John Cena's last singles match victory? Oh, yeah, he hasn't had that in a God knows how long.
That would be 2018. He said it in the interview.
That's right. Yep. Thank you,
well,
JJ.
2025, he's going to get a singles win, and he is going to be a 17th title reign, and he could break Ric Flair, and from here on out on WWE television, they could say John Cena has the most title reigns, 17 world title reigns, and we could stop saying Ric Flair's name.
I mean, you're the one that said Ric Flair's name, but
let me talk to you.
What?
Number one, Ric Flair has like 21, 22 title reigns. AEW has pointed out and acknowledged it. So this whole 16 title reign is bullshit in the first fucking place.
Accurate.
It doesn't matter if Cena gets number 17. He'd have to get up to number 22 to bypass Ric Flair. Yeah. That ain't fucking happening.
Nah.
And number two, I don't disagree with you, much to Emmanuel's chagrin. I don't disagree with you that Cena will get number 17. I disagree with you that he's going to beat Gunther at Mania to do it. You want a fantasy book Cena's run. This is what I would do. You have him beat Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental title at
Yes.
Mania, giving him the Grand Slam that he doesn't have yet. The fact that Cena beats Breaker is going to turn the crowd against him because he has put the young talent over for so long, getting us the heel turn we've wanted from Cena in a long time, letting him be heel for a good chunk of this reign. And then on his final PLE before his farewell tour is over and done, and he rides off in the sunset, you let him win the title and retire as champion. You then can put the belt on the line in the Rumble for 2026, and the winner of the Rumble becomes champion.
And that's not it. That's just the fact of life and how you truly cement the future. And with that being said, we'll let the entire world think about that as we bid you all a fine adieu for this simple edition of Super Predicting, where Chris almost broke the internet too. Thank you all for tuning in.
You'd think that Chris was over here trying to be Samantha Irvin with her Wednesday photo dumps, the way he was trying to break the internet.
I don't know what you're talking about. All I saw Wednesday night was the era of the glamour ushered in, and also Bryan Danielson's final run on his final countdown officially being announced. And we're going to go all out with both those things soon enough. But I'm just going to leave that discussion alone for another day, because I'm sure we'll talk more about this entire week of wrestling ahead of No Mercy on the Saturday Shenanigans, because boy, has a lot gone down these last 7 days, and I can't wait to discuss it. But I also can't wait for tonight, where ahead tonight we have an hour-long Iron Man match with Nick Nemeth and Josh Alexander at Emergence, because Emergence is literally an hour and 12 minutes away from their countdown. And again, folks, you still have about 40 so minutes left to get your predictions in. Make them official. With that being said, thank you for tuning into this simple edition of WWE Super Predicting as we get ready for tomorrow, Bash in Berlin. And keep in mind, Simply Reliable and Renegade will be on the call for the entire PLE before we get into tomorrow night Saturday Shenanigans, hosted by him as usual. Well, Chris, good luck. It's been a pleasure. Let's go around, do some plugs, and let's get the heck out of here. Chris, I wish you all the best in what you wish for, but there's a reason why dreams are simply called dreams. Dream on. But that being said, I appreciate you. Go ahead and promote and plug your stuff.
Well, thank you, everybody, for allowing me to be on tonight. I had a good time. We got wrestling this whole entire weekend. We got Emergence tonight. We got Friday Night SmackDown from Berlin, Germany. And then tomorrow we got Bash in Berlin. We got AEW Collision tomorrow. And then Sunday we got NXT No Mercy. And I also forgot, tonight we also got New Japan's Pro Wrestling show, where Mercedes Moné is going to be defending her title against Mono I don't know. I'm not pronouncing that name.
Momo Watanabe.
She's facing that person tonight.
B-O-O. B-O-O.
C-O-O. C-E-O. So we got that tonight. And if you got nothing to watch this whole entire weekend besides college football, I encourage everybody to watch wrestling this weekend. Give wrestling a chance. If not, just get out of the fandom right now. Where you guys can find me at is my Instagram, CMROTZ_1316. My Facebook is Christopher Rotz. My X account is CRotz24. Had a good time tonight. Say yeah to NoDQ.com. Good luck to everybody that's still competing in the WWE Prediction League. And go Ohio State this football season. Hope you guys get it done at the end of the season and win a national championship. So good luck to them. And let's enjoy Labor Day weekend with our families and our friends. And be safe this weekend wherever you guys go. Drive safely to your destinations, and let's all have a blessed weekend.
Appreciate you always, Chris. Never change. Take care of yourself and your family, and enjoy whatever you choose to enjoy this entire Labor Day weekend. Well, Manuel, we didn't have your other half here, but it's always a pleasure, of course, when we have the Dominguez with us. So, Manuel, anything you want to plug and promote as he changed his name?
Yes, I want to promote what's in my description. John Cena sucks. He really sucks.
Oh, boy.
And that's all I have to say.
Okay, fair enough. Wow, a man that was short, sweet, and simple on words. Well, again, JJ, you and I literally are going to be going straight into it later tonight. So, anything you want to promote besides that, and anything else you want to talk about?
Nope. Make sure you guys tune into our coverage of Emergence. That'll be kicking off in about an hour. And just to piggyback a little bit off what Chris said, except for the Ohio State shit, fuck that. Football sucks.
I agree.
But this weekend is the epitome of what we always like to say. If you can't find something in wrestling to enjoy, get the fuck out the fandom.
Amen.
New Japan, WWE, TNA, NXT, AEW with Rampage and Collision. All brands are firing this weekend.
All things wrestling.
If you can't find something to enjoy, get the fuck out and leave it for those of us that can enjoy it.
Because I'll tell you
And
one
aren't
thing.
so tribalistic that we have to pledge allegiance to one color flag and we can't enjoy professional wrestling as a whole. God damn it.
Oh, my brother, testify. We are ATW. We look at all things wrestling. Well, JJ, preach and thank you. And again, folks, thank you for tuning in. What are you looking for this weekend? What are your predictions for Bash Berlin? Again, the floor will be live later on my social media. It'll be in the comments down below of each of these streams and videos. It'll be on my YouTube channel. And, of course, I'll also put it out after Emergence as a reminder for, of course, the Sleepy Disney community and Team No DQ. So, yeah, No DQ. Yeah, like Aaron Riff, who's also an unbiased man. But he definitely focuses on more than one versus the other, as we do look at all things for the love of wrestling. And, of course, you can stay tuned for more on that, particularly from the Renegade. When that comes back September 2nd, we'll talk more about that later. But I feel I got to plug in. Again, follow this gentleman, not only when we do our stuff tonight, follow him going forward on these social medias. You saw him in the chat. He'll also be on the call tonight. Follow Mr. Reliable, Walter Cruz. And if you wish to engage with me, it's simple. Follow me at mfoster1916. For I am nothing more but a simple man who literally covers and commentates and reacts and talks about truly all things about this business, because I am a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it! And I will preach what JJ said and echo that further to remind you that there are no winners, no losers, no betters, just fans will appear for this passion we all share. At the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, treasure your families, and just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. It's truly as simple as that. And you got every company in play this weekend, and support the independents. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in as we take a short break, and we'll see you in about an hour for Emergence. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, hit the bell as it goes live with me on any of the YouTube channels here. Hit the subscribe button. I show you our passion, our coverage, our content, our creativity, our drive for this is not letting up anytime soon. Again, tonight we have Emergence, Ultimate X Decide, the X Division Championship. These two go to war in a 60-minute Ironman match, and so much more. We'll go to Bash Berlin tomorrow to see how Gunther kills a legend killer. And of course, Sunday, we have NXT, where there will be no mercy. Chase U defends the tag team championships. Of course, we have NXT NA finally coming ahead with Wesley and Zachary Wentz, the former Rascals. And we will see once and for all if we will say his name.
And he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry as NXT champion. And that's everything we're covering this weekend outside the Saturday shenanigans that you will see tomorrow night, hosted by Mega JJ Williams. That being said, bid you adieu. We'll see you shortly on the other side for our Emergence coverage too. For Christopher Ross, for Emmanuel and the Dominguez as a whole, for the entire Syndic community and anybody that's a fan of all things wrestling. And for the Mega Wrestling JJ Williams, who's got to get ready to be dismissed to drive safely home. I thank you all for tuning in. Until later tonight, make a positive impact in life. We'll see you for Emergence and have a good night. Go Fuff! for the
I
win.
believe in Joe Hendry.
TNA,
Son of a
TNA,
bitch, I
TNA.
just literally was about to push the
Say
button.
his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Damn it, Chris, you motivational idiot. We'll see you all later tonight.